Well, the crisis in Ukraine pits East versus West, but as often happens in a crisis, Jewish people are caught in the middle.
However, there are groups that are giving them help as well as hope. CBN News' Chris Mitchell from Jerusalem now.
While the images of Russian troops, protests, and barricades dominate the news, behind the scenes, another drama is playing out.
The Jews are afraid. All across the Ukraine, there's a fear, not a panic, but there's a fear that they'll be blamed for a lot of the problems that are taking place in the Ukraine right now.
The Jewish people in Ukraine know their history and have a reason to fear. Nearly 1 million Ukrainian Jews were killed during the Holocaust, and more than 30,000 of them in the infamous Babi Yar massacre in Kiev in 1941. Now, once again, they see foreign troops on their soil.
When they see an invader coming in who has a hatred for Jewish people, they become afraid.
Michael Otterbeck serves with 2 organizations that have helped more than 130,000 Jews emigrate from the former Soviet Union to Israel since 1991. He says now many more are looking for a way out to go to the Jewish state.
We have 15 full-time workers and hundreds of volunteers that are working with the Jews that are scattered all across the Ukraine. And we brought out tens of thousands from there. And recently we have seen the people asking for assistance. That number has doubled since all of this has gone on. And they're calling day and night, asking for someone to help them to know how to immigrate to Israel.
Otterbeck says despite the crisis, prophecy is being fulfilled.
If you pull back from all of this and you look at what really is taking place from a spiritual perspective, we're watching prophecy come to pass before our very eyes. And God promised that there would come a day when the Jews would have to come back to their own land.
He says it's time to pray for the Ukraine.
I believe that if believers all over the world would begin praying for the Ukraine, that God would help them in the situation that they are in, and pray that God would spread that throughout the nation and that righteousness would reign once again over that land.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.